right. Good night, fellas. Good night, everyone. Timmy, we're going to the background there.
You hear me?
Yeah, I hear you. I don't know if you hear me.
You hear me?
Yeah. We hear you.
I don't have a choice, man. I kind of in a different location tonight, so I don't have a choice.
Alright, understood.
Yeah,
That background real nice, boy.
yeah, boy. I knew Radisson.
Good night. You hear me?
We see Buffon. Yeah, we hear you.
Yeah, we hear you, boy. Yeah.
Good night.
Alright, I like you one is live with us as well.
What the dog? You seen?
What going on? So
I know if you
fellas,
hear.
who in here with it?
You want you hear me?
Uh,
Yeah, I don't think you want to hear me.
yeah, boy. Audio up. What's up, guys?
All right, you hear us now.
Timmy, you have a little feedback.
Me?
Yeah.
Yeah, you have a little feedback.
All right, just now. Let's see what I could do for you here. 1 second there.
We live, right?
Yes, we are live.
Nice. Good night, audience. Was you win?
Hey, what's up?
Dr. Buffon, was you win? Pull up my side there. What I miss?
We may say we ain't do start properly yet.
Nice.
Before was making sure we could hear him.
Nice.
pull up.
Classic stuff. Let me share the
Oh,
link.
yes, you hear me? Feedback? Oh,
Nah, we good now, man.
Nah, we good now.
All right, beautiful.
Man, the CSR headset. I think so.
It's clogging with you.
No,
Yeah.
I started a new job this week. I get one too. So.
Oh, man.
Huh?
Yeah, man. Make sure we share this up a little bit. How much people
Yeah.
live in here? How many dance, man? You know.
We are not yet. But they will join soon.
I copy and paste all the link.
Yeah, do that. Fellas, free hit week, oh.
Me mate.
Triple
Mate.
captain week, brother.
Salah,
Bench boost week, fellas.
I was
Bench
looking at
booster?
the bench booster, but afraid that way. Mufang laughing one.
You know, my bench always a thing to boost.
You want to go
I
private
have
message in
bench.
my bench? I go private message in my
No,
bench.
don't message me none, way.
Fellas, I come in now, eh? I come in now.
No scene.
Yeah, no scene. I gonna just forward this to every group and thing we in. Quasi boots bossing.
Nah, that changed. Boy. I got a little picture on
think?
my phone today. My was blue. I wonder if you get a picture too.
You get a picture too? Or is that a story?
I mean, nah, the idea on the beach. I think it's the beach.
On the beach. I got one a couple days ago. I wouldn't lie. So, yeah.
Well, yeah, I feel it. We go see now. I'll post it in the pod group. So before we see plans for this week, right? Before we started discussing, share the little secrets with us, huh?
Not to Buffon like he in the lab cooking.
No, I know why he's so quiet.
Wait, talk there. Wait, we can't hear you, know? Yeah,
no, we
not
can't
hear
hear
you.
you.
Kwan, you have Dr. Buffon meeting there.
Oh,
We
hello.
can't
You hear
hear
me
you
now?
there. Yeah, we
Yeah,
hear
we
you
hear you
now.
now.
Yeah, the plan is to see what's going on.
Yeah, fellas.
Nice. Oh, come on. Send this off to
Okay,
someone.
You want hear me on? The one
We're gonna.
before when he was leaving,
Mm-hmm.
he was like, "Oh, he's the boat's boss." I told him that different now. That changed. That changed now. And if you send him that photo, he sent me today.
Oh, whoa. We on the pod.
This is professional. Keeping
All
it.
right. I done. Now you move
Keeping
on. I
it
done.
Are you
down.
talking fantasy football or fantasy?
Fantasy.
Well,
So yeah,
I know
fellas.
already.
So good night, everyone.
And
I
then
see
you know,
we get some listeners now. Good night, everyone. Welcome to the UFB Live. You know, this week we are back to you with us. We have one of our usual guests, Dr. Buffon, and the boss, Juanito.
Bosses that way. Good night, everybody. Was you?
So, we getting straight out into it because this tonight gonna be a long night because men studying triple captain this game week. Men studying who to bring in for this double game week.
This is the week.
big
This
game
is
week.
fish and chips, boy. Fish and chips. It's real chips. Shane.
Yeah, real
This
chips.
week.
So we ready to show the team from last week because I'm not ready.
I might never be ready, but let me continue.
Yo, I'm go through. Dr. Buffon, your ticket.
You running first now, running second.
Alright. No scene. Last week, just tell me my screen up there, Kwan.
You're up.
Yeah, last week I got a respectable 72 points. 30k green arrow thanks to this man here in the 97 minutes. You just know. I was telling, I don't know if Aaron in the chat yet, but I know he's always be there. But I told Aaron, I said, Bruno Fernandes against Brighton, dog. That man love off field against Brighton. Around 90 plus 10 penalty, I think. So 90 plus 7 goal just to propel him from 4 points. Is about 8 points he was on captain to 24. Beautiful. David here in goal. Well, that was one of my big changes on wildcard. I think let me show you my wildcard squad because this is from last week too. So you can watch my failures here, guys. But you see in Captain Kane over De Bruyne, very last minute impulsive dumb decision. Then I had Ramsey on the bench here, which really hurt me. I was hoping Edward would take a thing. Yeah, I just showed you wildcard squad. Relax. So with three double up there, Laporte, Trent, Cancelo, Robertson. Obviously this week it didn't really work out in terms of this, but I got Nuri's points off the bench, 5 points. He took a yellow card. I don't know why he do that for. Andy Robertson, great signing for the wildcard so far. He's back to his best. David here, good clean sheet, good saves. Then obviously my concern really is this Palace double up here, Odyssey and Edward, because the minutes seem to be getting quite managed now. Ramsey coming off a bench too. Bowen is his staple right now, but they had Bruno doing a little carry job. But yeah, I mean, honestly, been a yeah.
Sorry. That's not me. That's him. Somebody in the room pushing something.
Sorry, Con. Yeah.
Anyway.
So yeah, overall decent week, decent 2 weeks since I played my wildcard. A lot of decisions to be thought about before deadline on Saturday, but we'll talk about it. So yeah, that's me. I passing the baton on to Timmy. Since you're back on thing.
By the way, good night, Jared.
Good night to Jared. Big up, Jared.
Hey, big up Jared on the Fantasy Pavilion, man.
Again, dog, if you're in here and you're not following
The differential boss himself.
The differential boss, as he had Fabinho this week. That's the man, 5 goals in
Fabinho!
in 6 games.
No, but Buffon said he would go second, so Buffon could go ahead.
Bypass the baton to you.
I
You
pass
disrespected my baton.
Alright, let me run in quick.
Yeah, go to now.
Share the screen. Let me share the screen, boy.
You'll see it's in the
right
next
after
to the
the
video
camera.
button.
Yeah, the video button.
I pretend share and I get this now. Who is this way? Oh, okay. All right, good. Okay.
Nice.
Right, yeah.
Alright, bring up the.
Yeah, so it wasn't too bad. Yeah, it wasn't too bad at all.
Points, boss.
Thanks to Bruno. Thanks to Bruno. Bruno, that last minute goal, because he real through, yeah, and he get a yellow card on top of that too. So I was real pissed off. Right, but yeah, Bruno 24 points. Bowen, the man in form 13. Mahrez and Foden. I was really hoping Mahrez could get something from that game against Norwich, but I'm holding on that gamble. So I know he will return soon. All right, Jota in 1 point. The forwards doing nothing as usual.
Every weekend.
I still decide to bring Daka because I know you have some decent fixtures coming up. So
I think coming in that would be a good move to make. But that's a good move.
Yeah,
man like Patson, boy.
Yeah, for me the surprise this week was Lamptey with the assist, the 11 points in the first game. So I was happy with that. Sanchez with 8 points. I knew he wasn't going to keep a clean sheet in the second game. But yeah,
I
so
thought he might. You know.
yeah, I had Cody come off the bench, the ultimate enabler for me this whole season. Cody
Yeah,
just keep
what
on
a
the
player,
bench. Yeah, just come out with the 6 points, So I'm happy with that, 85
Excellent week,
points,
man.
decent week, and we'll see what's going on with this double game week. Yeah. Yeah.
Nice, man. To me,
Right. To me, well, but I go before to me, yes, and to me, good.
Hey Javid, what's up, boy? What going on?
Chavez is seen.
Jeez, everybody do better than me, yes. I feel horrible right now.
You do worse than me, Kwan, nah.
I do worse than you, dog.
Nah.
I was
But
on
yeah.
vacation. I went on vacation and I didn't fix my teams.
Well, I was kind of out of it for a while too as well, but that's not what we're here to talk about. But yeah.
Yeah, above average though.
Well, that's the thing I'm grateful
Yeah, you
for.
get you.
I know you took a little hiatus from this whole FPL thing.
Yeah, correct. So this was my first week back, and I'm hoping that I could improve on this. This was horrible in my opinion. 6 points from a goalkeeper. However, I would have liked to have Sanchez, but I was like indecisive between the two of them. Like which one to go with.
Right.
I wasn't expecting a clean sheet from either, so I just kind of like roll a dice and was like, all right, I'll go with
You
Gaita.
went
And
great
I
with the
went with it.
single game week, but that's how weird one.
No, because the games I believe the two games was one was a hard game. I think the second match was a hard game, and I was like, I do expect no clean sheets, so I went with the single game with goalkeeper. Just on like a kind of mini mini mo
If
kind of
you should
thing.
have messaged me, I would have fixed it.
Fair enough. Fair enough. But yeah, I didn't expect Madison to get any points either, and I played more over him. Biggest mistake of my life. I think I kind of cooled Spurs for the rest of the season. They kind of sell my dream for a period of time. Alexander Arnold, as usual, I think I gambled with Shaw and it paid off. I was really confused about like what Crystal Palace asset to go with, so I kind of just
I had to
also.
only say on a wild card, and I think I'm still gonna hold him out for that double game week because I think he'll get something for the double game week.
Chelsea and who
Yeah.
else they playing for the double
Watford.
game?
Watford.
Chelsea and Watford.
Watford. Yeah.
If I use my free hit, but which we're gonna talk about later, I don't think I'll take that chance. Probably if I don't use my free hit and I use the same team to kind of get away from minuses and stuff, I might do that. But I don't think if I free hit my team, he'll be in it.
Fair.
And when I took the gamble with Ronaldo because of the double game week, I mean, yes, man, you had a double. And then when it didn't pay off in the first game, and then he came and he scored in the second, less than Bruno. But I didn't have Bruno in my team, and I definitely wasn't going to bring him in because I still find at 11.7, I think his price is it's too much money for me to have him in my team
Mhm.
at the moment because I cannot get him back in Salah, so I can't get him and Salah as well. So, yeah. And that's basically my game week. To me, it was horrible, but yeah, well, let's see that party boat on
Oh,
until tomorrow.
hold on. Before you move on, right?
Good night, Vic.
You have to big up Shaw, right? The person that a lot of persons have would have battled for the whole season. Big up Shaw for your little 7 points now. Big him up now. Yeah, that's something.
No, like,
I
but
still,
I did say when
I
I
still real
mentioned
good
it,
on that. You know?
I say sure would have surprised me, and I appreciate it. And I think may stay in my team unless I free hit. He may stay in my team for the next game.
I would have drop kicked that man so fast. Eh?
Kwan, on to you.
Well, you see what's going on here.
Womp womp.
I finished with 40 points.
Hmm.
Right? I fall asleep and say, all right, well, actually, I had the intention of getting up early in the morning before the game start and make up my
It's a big
mind.
go.
Because I was saying I could have probably move on De
Lucas
Bruyne
and
to
good night.
Salah. That would not make no sense. But I know one Man City attackers going to get you. I just didn't know who to buy. And I didn't get up in time anyway. So, and then, well, you see what went on here. You play Newcastle and can't get return.
We
Anyway.
move.
But regardless, we
Yeah,
move.
big up to Newcastle though. Newcastle playing a lot better.
Yeah, boy. They
A
are
lot
Yeah,
better.
they really are.
Yeah.
I have some stuff to
So
talk about that later, actually. So.
yeah.
Oh, Sage. Good night, Sage.
So-
Happy belated, bro.
Oh, look how I got room all here.
Happy belated, Sage. Big part of the UFE family recently. Gotta big him up. Overall, it's been. I think that week, because my week was really going terribly until that Bruno goal. You know, they didn't even understand.
I know it
I
was.
Buffon could relate too, but
I know it
Yeah, it
once
was.
they
was.
complaining, and then when as soon as I see Bruno score, I say, sweet relief. I was even happy. I was just there like, all
Mm-hmm.
right, let me take my
Mm-hmm.
points and go.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, next
Yes.
week we have the big set thing here, the big
Yes.
hullabaloo.
So it's transfer time. That's
Hmm.
just some pretended because there's a big game week here.
Yeah.
Everybody looking to triple Captain Salah. And I'm about you and here thinking otherwise. What
Nah.
what's
Well,
to me
I'll
what's
probably
to
answer
me
it.
what's to me is to be like triple Captain Salah or let me
Oh, you're
man.
mad, boy. Nah. Nah. Not me. I cool.
I
That's
know
just
you
me. I cool.
I know you wanna have but you see thing is right. Everybody gonna do it. Right? Everybody and the mother gonna do it. And if Salah get you that triple captain, we gonna look like a garbage cup. Everybody gonna jump. Right? So is either you do it and get through or do it and hope everybody feel. or don't do it and hope everybody feel. So choice is yours. Or do like what you and might do. You want to tell them what might do?
So the story, I still this is where I had to go on screen share and show them my wildcard team. But you'll notice that on my wildcard, instead of just going Trent and Jota, I brought in Robertson too. So for me this week, regardless of his injury, Jota was leaving to
Mm.
bring in Salah. So
Mm-hmm.
I guess now it makes it a little easier now to do that, but also a little worse because now everybody gonna be doing it. Selling Jota.
Right.
So Jota will leave for me for sure for Salah in some capacity. But who I'm selling on the outside, I'm gonna end up having to tank the money now because obviously the price changes in 10 minutes. But I don't want to make my transfers now. I want to kind of wait for a little more information. So it's
Right.
a trade off. I probably pay in 0.2 million for some more information.
Yeah, but no,
Um,
it's not worth rushing the door. That's the whole point.
yeah, I do. I think at this point in the season too, it don't really make sense to really study a team value to that extent.
No, no, no.
So, my plan was really Fernandez and Jota out, for Salah, and then 9:30 Vic 9:30.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, so Fernandez kind of changed my mind. I had watched his performance against Brighton, even against Southampton. I thought he was really good, probably the best Manchester United player out there. Leeds are not really a great team. As you guys know, obviously they lost to Everton. I don't know how you could lose to Everton. They had Donny Van de Beek playing the six and the man dominating play like that. Something wrong with that, right?
Mm-hmm.
So the next thing is now I have Harry Kane, who is obviously a player who's I don't know why the hell I gone back here, but but this week again, double game week he has Burnley and he has Man City. Could be a nice little differential, honestly. We know what he's capable of. It's not to say he can't score against both City and Burnley. It's just that this Spurs team, I don't know what I say about them again, but they're real different. They're real,
Me
I
tell
feel
you,
like
yeah.
every season we say that same thing, I don't know
me tell
what to say
you,
about this Spurs team. Every single
No,
I
but
season.
saw
last season Kane was the man. You had to have Kane when he was fit. Kane was
yesterday.
the high scorer.
Yesterday I
Yeah.
saw right on Twitter something learned right
Hmm.
going into the double game week. There are three sides that is not good. One, Watford. Two, Spurs, and number three was who and Norwich. Right? Do not touch your players.
Who and Norwich dog.
But
but
So
but
it's
what I
but
could
it's
do?
but you mean on Norwich is a man in the chat there who
Yeah,
are
but oh
putting
god,
there.
the normal rules do apply to Jared dog. We know that. But yeah, I mean, so for me, obviously, I don't think when you if you ask me at the beginning of the season, you say, hey, you won. You know, Salah have a double game week against Leeds and Norwich at home. You're gonna triple
Mm-hmm.
captain him. I would tell you yes every single time. So that's why I think from an underthink point of view, it just makes more sense to just slap the triple on man on the man. He's more Salah. He might take a little rest at some point though. That's probably the big concern, his minutes. Um, but I still think he has the potential this game week to really bat up two struggling defenses. The hardest place to go in the Premier League statistically is Anfield this season. Um, and yeah, I mean, two teams that haven't been looking good coming to Anfield with the league's top scorer. He's not really in great form, obviously. Against Burnley, he could have had a pen. I don't know if anybody watched the Leicester cameo, but he was very unlucky to not get a pen, an assist, and a goal in that game. So again, like that's the thing with Salah, right? He's a man who just always involved. When he's not on it, he still scores. So I think priority for everybody this week should be ensuring you have Mo Salah in your team. Definitely make whatever sacrifice you have to make for it, because his effective ownership gonna be around 200, 230. So that's a big one there. I think some of the other key players on wildcard, I'm gonna share my screen a little bit there so we could take a look now. But I think looking at my starting striker there, I don't have my screen up there. Right, yeah, but looking at
Yeah,
my
yeah, no,
goalkeepers,
yeah.
I think right now, um, Ramsdale, he's probably the best bet for number one this week, with along with Jose Sa. Two very good keepers. I saw briefly for a week, but I have like Nuri now. I hope he's nailed. Martial obviously had a real problem, but I think right now, just looking at the fixtures that Arsenal have, I could pull that up here right here. Is they have Brentford and Wolves, two teams that are really scoring too much. Not good, because I gotta go with this one. Um, Definitely, I know a lot of people might be playing a wildcard if free hit, so I might be tempted to double up on the Arsenal defense, where I go Ramsdale and Tony, maybe even Ben White to free up some funds. In terms of City assets, that's one thing that kind of a lot of people I think gonna be wondering about. So I had Kevin De Bruyne. I made him move to Fernandez because I knew De Bruyne would hold a bench, and then I made him move. I don't think I'll probably go too heavy on City again for the season, because I think now is where they're gonna be rotated a lot. They have Champions League, and Pep like to play up with himself now. We might have that problem with Liverpool too, because Klopp for once have a lot of options to choose from, really. So obviously Luis Diaz coming in. I see a lot of people going in for Mane. I think Diaz will start maybe the Norwich game, because he started against Leicester. He looked really good. He might start one of the games, really. So in terms of City against Spurs, I have a kind of bench headache there, because I might end up benching a 12 pointer. So that's where the bench boost idea comes into play, really. But Spurs historically, they do really well against City. Strangely enough, they do score goals against City. So I could see it's about how many games in a row these people didn't concede by. Is that right? Oh, Ronaldo, as you seen. If you watch it, so it's about 2 games in a row, 2 clean sheets in a row. That clean sheet against Chelsea is conceded against Arsenal. So yeah, I don't know. It's been a little while. I could see maybe Spurs scoring a goal on them just because of the football heritage. Bowen has a nice fixture there. I don't think anybody gonna be benching Bowen against Newcastle. But as we talked about Newcastle, a bit of form. So can I see
Well, I
about
mean, Bowen is in form,
yeah.
he's still on some set pieces, right? Um,
Mm-hmm.
he penetrated down the middle, looking for those little one or two little rebounds on set pieces. So, yeah, I wouldn't gamble against starting Bowen, even though he's on a
Yeah,
single game week.
agreed. Agreed.
Yeah.
Definitely. And that's the thing again, like we talked about last week too, before the double Kwan was, double vision. We talk about seeing double when you're biased towards the double game week players, not just because of the minutes.
Yeah,
So
correct.
again, like I don't think it makes sense to bench Bowen at all.
And
Um
there's even Aston Villa with that great fixture against Watford.
Yeah, boy, and I really
Yeah.
might end up having to bench Ramsey. I don't want to do that again. Boy, that's why I said the bench boost might be nice, man. Because against Watford, that's the kind of game he would thrive on. I know you have Coutinho. I would definitely be playing Coutinho if I had Coutinho. Um, so yeah, I also think another single game week player who has a nice fixture is Armando Broja against Everton. He'll be coming back into my side. I would have had him on wildcard if I knew he was fit, but it was kind of unclear, so I went against him. But yeah, he's another really good player. Chelsea youth think he's a good option again this week as a single game week player.
What people not watching is or they might watch me at the front hall, but man, you love to score against Leeds.
Yeah,
Love,
that is true.
love to
Yeah, I
score
mean,
against Leeds
as
every
I was
time.
considering keeping selling Kane and selling and bringing in Salah
Yeah,
for Jota, yeah.
because how much games now, man, you beat up Leeds more than 3-0. Because the first game of the season was 5-0 against Leeds, right? Or 4 or 5
Five
against Leeds,
one,
right?
yeah, 5-1. I
Well,
went
Then
Pogba getting four
last
assists.
season they did the same thing. So let me
what I
check
would say,
the
what I would say, it really depends on the shape, and it really depends on who they start, right?
yeah.
In the game that Man United played against Brighton, Brighton had a lot of the ball. Brighton seems to be holding a lot more possession against the top six teams this season as opposed to last season. And I think it's like probably middle of the first half or even the beginning of the second half, he decided to switch to a 4-2-3-1, right? So again, it really depends on how Man U set up against Leeds, right?
Mm-hmm.
No, Leeds is in a relegation battle, and
Yeah, and
their
they're
goal
very leaky at the moment.
is to, yeah, they're very leaky, but at the same time, their goal is to at least get a point. So it really all depends on
The
Man U's
last game
shape.
at Elon Road, between the two was 0-0. That was
Okay.
last season. Yeah, that was
Mm-hmm.
a
Yeah,
0-0.
it
Yeah.
really does. It really does depend. I'm not sure if Rashford is up to full fitness as yet. I think Sancho starts. I'm not sure how well Ilanga might do. Ilanga plays left or right?
Left.
Left here.
Or up top.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it really depends. It really depends. Ronaldo's not doing too much pressing on the ball. Leeds is a very energetic team. You know, so
Mm-hmm.
it'll be a nice game to watch and see. I don't think they'll be in for a haul. Man United will be in for a haul. It just really all depends on how the game goes.
Agreed.
So yeah.
Agreed.
Yeah, agreed.
Insightful there, man. I think there's a lot of questions really to ask. I know Vic is asking. He's asking about KDB again. KDB. I think he's played the whole 90 minutes against Sporting. I'm not sure. Did he? Maybe you know
I'm not sure.
off the bat. Let me check that.
I will check it and see.
Yeah, can check right here.
I could actually, because you can
So let's
actually
see. He got an
Super
assist.
SofaScore actually has a website. To be
Yeah, I know.
honest.
Yeah, what if he has been using the whole time, bro? He played the whole 90 minutes. Yeah. So
Okay.
yeah, that's something you might want to consider. Pep was quite patronizing in his post-match interview. He said, "Oh, only tie is not over." All right, dog. In terms of Coutinho being better than Rafinha right now, I think he might be on the basis that Leeds on a whole not really playing well, and also I
Mm-hmm.
remember he came off at halftime against Everton. So I think that might have been an injury thing. I don't know if they play him right off the bat. I'm not sure what the fitness his situation is. I can check what Ben Dinnery said. But yeah, in terms of I think Ramsey, the reason I brought him in, which he proved me immediately right forward, even though he's on my bench, is he gets forward quite a lot.
Get in the
He
box.
and he's getting the box right, and
Yeah.
he and Coutinho seem to have a really good understanding right now.
And
So
who did he get in the box a lot against?
that's
Leeds.
against Leeds, yeah, correct. But Leeds tend to play a little more pragmatic when they had a when they had a thing. So in terms of Rafinha's injury, I actually not seen any information on Leeds websites on Leeds on Premier injuries. So I don't know what's going on with it, to be honest. But yeah, I mean, who else you guys looking out for in this week, boy? Obviously,
For
Chelsea
me,
have Crystal Palace starting for you. Wanna hop back on that?
early and truly, for me
Um,
personally, I know hyping up of this double game week, right? Um, a lot of course, having Salah is a must.
Yeah,
I don't. I see a lot of people hyping up about taking -8 and -12 and -16, and like to be
no.
honest, like I find that like real uncalled for now. It probably do your team more harm than good. If you don't have Salah,
correct.
getting Salah, and then for whoever you're selling to get the money to buy Salah, bringing somebody who have decent fixtures coming up. So for me, I have Jota, who I will be selling, and I have Bruno. Unfortunately, I have to sacrifice Bruno for Salah.
Yeah, same.
I would have loved to get Bruno for both the Leeds and the Watford game, but say what. So I might probably go along the lines of a Broya or a Ward Prowse or somebody else who has decent fixtures. There are a couple other teams that had some postponement, so they have a couple double game weeks coming up soon. So maybe one of those. But I'm not
Yeah,
into the whole hype about this whole double game week. It's very, very tight. It's real fine margins. I don't really expect too many holes,
I think I
except
kind
the
of worry, but
Liverpool.
I like Watford against Palace. I think that's a game that could really end up being a
Mm.
scene, to be honest. That's why I kind of hoping I only saying that about minutes, kind of get towards there. If I get to 290s there, that would be really perfect. Even 260 minutes, I might even take at that point, to be honest. Because all it says a man could deliver against those kind of teams, Edward too. But just to talk
Yeah,
about
good
the
night,
price
easy.
changes, good night easy. Only Bowen's price went up tonight, so that's good. In terms of drops, Kevin De Bruyne price did go down. Tony, Calvert-Lewin, Foden, and Reguilon. So as you can see, a lot of motion there. I know Reguilon wasn't spotted in training, so that's a big concern people have. DCL kind of disappointed recently. I know a lot of people talking about Jacob Ramsey, but another cheap asset people kind of not talking about Anthony Gordon has been really good. I think Nats has him. Big up Nats if you're watching.
Yeah,
But
got 14 points last week.
he's got 40 points twice this season actually.
Yeah.
So he's a player, like another, if you're looking for a cheap enabler, definitely a good option. It seems to be kind of in favor. So it's something to watch out for.
Spurs could easily get 4 in that game, huh? I mean, just
They could. Honestly, they couldn't. But I don't know. I sometimes just watch that game is like a real jinx for them. Where I don't know. So I'm like, that's why I kind of going with Kane. Kane will probably get like a little pen somewhere on the lines against Burnley. I don't know. Hopefully he
You want
gets
in
a
the last set of fixtures with City Spurs, what was his scores? Because I believe all his scores were tight scores.
Let me
Scores were tight
let me
scores.
pull it
Yeah,
up.
but it really matters. It's tight, because I think Spurs win 1-0 last time. I'm not for sure. When Son scored, that's the opening day of the season. Last season they beat City, I believe, a couple of times. I'm not even sure.
Hold on. Next.
But I say it's always a tight run with them, really. So no, 2021 that was when City had won 3-0, and then Spurs had beat them 2-0 the return fixture. That was when Mourinho had, I'm sure you guys remember the last season. So it was 2-0 and 2-0 to Spurs, then 3-0 to City, then City beat them in the Carabao, then 1-0 in the Prem this season. And yes, I mean it tends to be a bit of a fixture where it could go either way. Definitely something to just kind of watch out for,
But
I think based on form, right? Based on form, based on how both teams looking. I mean, obviously anything could happen any day, but based on form at this point in time, I probably expect City to score at least 2 to 3 goals.
Yeah.
So
probably, but I ain't taking the gamble with our front three.
Correct.
And you see, and the thing about this is, right, what's so bad about the gamble though? Like, people are talking about the City gamble for the whole season. At the end of the day, the man have to play 11 players. He have to play 11 players, and certain players place very specific positions. Right? Is either he go with Rodri holding midfield, he playing either KDB or Gondo and Bernardo Silva, and then on top he rotating between Sterling and Mahrez and Jesus when fit. Well, that's the next thing to because Jesus is not fit, right? He rotating between Sterling, Mahrez, Foden, and this boy Grealish, right? So I mean, it's not that bad, I'm willing to take that gamble.
Move on. Which would you pick for the City game?
I have the 2 of them right in. I keep them Mahrez and Foden. I don't care if they do play for 90 minutes. I have them there. I know one of them. If both don't start, I don't have a problem with that. They can come on the pitch and score at any point in time, and I don't have a problem with that.
Get 2 ones.
True.
It doesn't matter. You want to know why? You want to know why I have them? The reason why I have them is because Mahrez is 3.5% owned and Foden is still 6.7% owned. Any returns from both of them, I get a nice little upgrade in my rank, which I'm happy. I am comfortable taking a gamble. So
so
I have one thing to say to Buffon, right? City is a single game week team, right?
Yeah.
So in a game week where and the price is, you said Foden and who?
Foden and Mahrez.
Right. So Foden and Mahrez.
Oh, Mahrez on pens, by the way.
Right. So I think Foden is 8.0 cost and Mahrez is what? 8 point something, right?
8.6.
I just feel like that money could be spent better in a double game week, like a lot better for hope and 3 points. And that's my problem with Pep. A lot of times his points is, you could say, okay, but you have to remember, most likely the people who you would get the rank jump on a normal game week gonna have double game week players. So let's assume a double game week player gets 2 assists versus Foden scoring 1 goal in a game or Mahrez scoring. It's basically the same points now. If you understand what I'm saying. So I think in a game week like this, I wouldn't bet on a double City gamble where these men could bench and I could end up getting 2 ones and take a hit in my rank rather than take a upgrade in it.
Well, I agree with you. What I will say is that it really all depends on who you're bringing in and what their fixtures are and how much hits you're willing to take, because a lot of individuals don't have Salahs yet. So their initial priority is getting Salah in. And then my question is, Jota is not going to play. So at the end of the day, it's based on your priority, right? It really depends on how your team is and what your shape is and what you're willing to give up to get. So it really all depends. For the majority of individuals, their priority is Salah this week, including myself. And also for those individuals, selling Jota is a priority. That's already a -4, depending on how much transfers you have.
I
In
think I'm a
fact,
-4 in a double game because kind of a precedent, though.
yeah, I mean it's
Yeah,
not that bad, but you know the
Yeah.
yeah.
-8 and the -12.
People take a -8 like nothing. I see a
To be
guy I
honest,
follow on Twitter, a person I really read Matt if you follow him. He took a -16, and I should I go pay off because he's just different with it. But when it
to
comes
be
to City,
honest,
like attacking assets, I like to watch on a game week to game week basis now. Because
Mhm,
like for me, I got holes this season. Let me see, I can actually pull up my FPL team and show I was. But I remember when I used my free hits, I had
mhm,
Mares and Foden or something like that, and that's when you see again the points from you kind of eye up exactly what is to come and what is happening, and you get the
mhm,
points from there.
mhm.
So defense, that's why I went for defensive double up because they have a really
Okay.
solid defense, obviously.
Mhm,
This is my free hit week, but yeah, I'm a free hit. So my free hit day I played, I had a Cancelo on Mars. And I got 10 points on Mars that week. And then following that, I had Foden because that was my squad from before. So Foden got 11 points. After that, I
mhm,
just ruled safe without these guys. And then obviously, this gave me 21. I got 91 points that week. Jeez. Um, City Arsenal, right? So that was a tough tackle game, and I was correct about it. And then that's the thing. What my concern right now is, will they keep a clean sheet? For me, that's the big worry because I obviously
For
have City
City?
defenders.
I don't think
Yeah,
so.
I don't think they keep a clean sheet. So for me, I'll
Yeah.
probably just go with Cancelo if I start a City defender.
Mhm,
Um, just because of the fact that he's highly owned. So if he gets like a 14 point over, I
mhm,
wouldn't sink down the ranks. Now.
mhm.
But yeah. Other than that, I mean, I really want Ramsey. I really saw Ramsey this week. I really do.
I have a question, right? Anybody
Yeah.
tripling up on Liverpool assets?
Yeah, I tripled it up. I have Trent Robbo
Okay.
and I will have Salah.
If I
Okay.
free hit, I will have 3 Liverpool assets as well.
Okay, fair enough. The free it makes sense because after the next game, make it reverts
let me,
because
let
Yeah.
me,
Liverpool have
let
a
me ask
blank
all,
in
let me ask
27.
all a question, right?
Uh-huh.
I have, so I have three double gaming defenders, right? Which is Trent,
Mm-hmm.
Ait Nori,
Mm-hmm.
and
Mm-hmm.
Tierney, right?
Mm-hmm.
And
Right.
then I have
Cancelo.
Cancelo and Dini.
So you in the same
Who-
boat as me, really, where you
Yeah,
don't know
so
if you should play the Cancelo or not. Because I would probably bench Dini.
yeah.
I think Newcastle will
See,
score.
no,
No, Newcastle, sorry,
as
Watford.
an as an
It's
Villa is
Watford.
playing Watford. You think what
Watford, yeah.
you actually think Watford is going to score a goal? Watford long?
Could happen, boy. The
Anything
thing
could
is, right now,
happen. Anything could
if you
happen.
watch how Villa defending, boy, Mings and Martinez selling, boy. So
Well, true,
I would be kind
but
of concerned.
Watford didn't score since game 22 now. You
Yeah,
understand?
fair enough.
Yeah, but in
I
that
think Villa will win, but I think they will concede.
Yeah.
case though, Daquan, I mean, that's not decent bench. That's not bad bench for a bench boost, like, according to who's your keeper and all
Correct,
Yeah,
that.
it's true.
correct,
Yeah.
correct.
If I bench
Um,
boost this week, right? If I bench boost this week, I'll bring in Laporte. No, sorry, I'll have De Gea, Ramsey, Laporte, and Bruja. So that's
if I bench boost, I have Lloris, Cancelo, Dennis, Harrison.
Mhm.
Harrison is a tough one, but I don't know.
Yeah,
For me, that smells like a 4 pointer. I don't know if
yeah,
Leeds
it
will
is,
get.
it is, it is, it is.
Leeds they might still against United, but
Yeah,
like
it
I
must
don't
not against
know if
United,
they'll
but
come to Anfield
not.
and score. Way I don't know.
Yeah.
I agree with Hezron, indeed.
Yeah,
Leeds
Or,
but
could
or
happen.
Pin has run message there with go on. That's a good
It's
point there.
quite valid. Still have to fight back to bring him in.
But the
Oh
thing
well,
is,
to
Salah not
respond
playing next week.
yeah, correct.
Salah is blanking next week. So
It it
again,
it have four sides blanking next week. It's
but
4-3.
yeah,
even to
I
respond
think
to
it's
him, now
four.
we assume he wasn't blanking. I already know, like I already sorted out my direct transfer for Salah. My
Mhm.
until
free hit
somebody
is
gets
not,
injured.
well, fair enough. My free hit is not for Salah. It's actually for
The double
more,
make.
yeah, the double game week in
Yeah.
terms of having more double game week players because
Okay.
Right.
I actually find that it's a nice double game week in terms of fixtures. So it's not really for Salah. I already have a plan for Salah.
Mm-hmm.
So for me, next week I'll just make the same move I was gonna make this move because it'll be Jota out. Salah in, I had the money anyhow.
I
And
quite
plus
like the
So,
double.
Chelsea,
I think this is a nice double.
Chelsea
Obviously.
banking, I believe. So I
yeah,
also
receiver
have
blank.
money
Yeah.
Yeah,
there.
yeah. So
Chelsea
I
assets
actually,
probably back on the menu after that. But yeah, because then you can.
yeah. So I actually have a problem, right? I gonna sell Jota and KDB, right?
Mm-hmm.
Right. So my thinking is the good players to bring in for me is Saka and Salah, right? Salah for sure, right? But I little on the edge with Saka because it's either I bring him in now and then I transfer out because I'm gonna have 4 players that play next week if I bring in Saka.
Yeah.
That's the
So
problem.
I bring
Bringing in
yeah,
Arsenal
so
players.
So there are two
yeah,
problems with Arsenal players, I think, in terms
yeah,
of bringing in a midfielder. And I think one is the lack of a fixture next week. And another thing is
hmm,
Arsenal have been quite low scoring recently, too, now.
correct.
And they're playing against a Brentford team who have David Raya back. And I think seem to be kind of
Tight.
getting shades
Very
of
tight.
Hmm.
yeah, they get a lot tighter. That's where it will come back. They need to keep tight too because obviously they're slipping on your ranks. And then they're playing against Wolves, who one of the tightest teams in the league. So
Yeah.
that's what's kind of turning me off of like
Hmm.
that's the big question for me is like Fernandez and Jota out or Kane and well probably more than likely Fernandez out. Um, Salah is definitely in, but the cheap midfielder is the problem. And
Yes, correct.
Coutinho is a nice option. You already have Coutinho, I know that.
Yeah, and I already have Bowen.
Yeah, but Bowen is the man, right? Somebody who I think I don't know if you'll agree with me here, but watching Newcastle's form, Ryan Fraser, is somebody I kind of glance at,
Hmm.
and I know it's maybe a weird call, but he scored against Everton. I think he won the free kick against. I'm not sure if he won the free kick or like a correct one or not against Newcastle against
Mm.
Villa. Sorry, I'm not sure if that was it. Let me check that out. But he seems
Well,
to be getting in positions now, and he's 5.3 million, so not really too much of
and
a risk.
what about Maxwell Coney against
So Kone,
Brentford
we had
and
this discussion though. You
Tottenham?
know, we had a discussion, and
Yeah, we
Kone
did, we
have
did. But I would like to
ah
hear these
Willock,
two
Willock,
fellas
that's
now.
correct. Yeah,
I would like to hear these two fellas' opinion on Maxwell Coney for double game.
Well, it depends on
Willock, right?
the
Yeah.
shape that Burnley set up with, right? It depends on if Weghorst plays. There was one game in particular, I think it was Man United, where Connie was playing off of Weghorst as a
Hmm.
target man. So
Well,
it really
Lagos is fit,
depends
eh?
on he
Lagos
is
is
fit.
fit. He
Yeah.
did say that
Okay.
today, yeah.
So I mean, if that's the case, if Weghorst is playing the minutes, getting some
Good night,
solid minutes,
Aaron. Big
and
up, Aaron. Sorry.
can I hear? Yeah, I think if you want to gamble, not well, yeah, if you want to gamble, I think Con is not a bad shot. I think he's on free kicks as well.
Yeah,
So
he is.
you
Yeah,
know,
he's very good at free kicks. So
yeah. But the
my
games
view
are
on
tough
Kone,
games,
okay?
you know. The games are tough games, you know.
I
They
mean,
have
well, Spurs,
Brighton
no,
and
you
Spurs.
not good. It's the
But
Brighton
the
game I
thing is
really
to me,
watching.
boy. Thing is to me, so I have two concerns. I think is I actually Kone is kind of going high and high up my list,
I agree with
if that
Jared.
makes sense.
Yeah, he does get crowded out. Yeah.
Yeah, he gets crowded out. But actually, against us, Kone had a couple. But the thing is, we played our very high line. If you had watched the highlights, it was deceptive because they show a lot of chances Willie had that were offside. I know Vic is
Yes, Vic can go
a
without
big.
faults.
He's a big. Vic is always whoever is number 9 for Burnley. He's always the outspoken man in support of that now. So I mean, with Weghorst being fit, that is obviously something. And next is the factor, obviously, is Burnley have two doubles, right? So they have
Mhm.
Brighton, Tottenham, then
Mhm.
Palace and Leicester. So watching that big up Peter as well as he would do. Looking at that double, there's 4 games where they could actually score goals.
I
Kone,
think
yeah,
I think with all of Burnley's fixtures, I think the top scorer, or at least safely in the top three, most likely will be over the course of the two gamings. That is
Pope.
Nick Pope. Huh? Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
for sure.
yeah.
Agreed. I think it'll be Pope too. I think it's me. I already can't justify making a move right now, to be honest.
Yeah, yeah. Unless
Mm.
you're
I
wild
mean,
card
I couldn't.
or
If I
figure
was
out or
bench boosting,
something.
I might do the hair top over. That's a possibility. But yeah, maybe any heat of the moment next week. Tomorrow you might find me. I make like a minus 19, minus 20, and I do some shifting this area and poop. But yeah, in terms of Kone, the one thing that kind of worries me too is his minutes too. 'Cause I think he'll probably be rotated, and he might end up playing just 2 of those 4 games now in the entirety. That's something I kind of concerned about. Against, let me see if I could find his stats there. But I remember he was missing games, and I remember he went to AFCON too.
Oh, by the
So that's
way,
something.
Jota didn't drop.
Yeah,
The
I know. I
followers,
said that earlier. I said that earlier.
yeah.
It's
The
only
followers were Foden, Calvert-Lewin, Tony, Regulon, De
man,
Bruyne.
I just said
Well, I didn't hear. Probably wasn't taking it on.
studying your bird. That was going on. Anyway, so
All
anyway,
right,
so
Juan.
watching.
All right. Okay.
So Kone he played the entire 90 against Liverpool. Against United, he came off injured. Then Watford, he started up top. So I mean, it's a kind of mix-up thing there, right?
It's a
He still against
gamble.
Leeds. It's a gamble, but honestly, I feel like just because of the situation with the double, because he had 2-2, I might end up going with him. He's a cheap player, low risk. He might end up being one of them game week heroes. But as Buffon said, the best value is probably in that Burnley defense. Nick Pope got 19 points the last time he had a double game week. Obviously, like that's what Burnley known for, right? I believe they have. I think they home fixture. They have a home fixture against Spurs. Yeah, it's home Spurs and away Brighton.
Yeah,
So
I think
yeah,
I
I don't think
think
Spurs will keep a clean sheet in this level. To be
well,
honest.
I think my take on the Corny thing, right? I mean, obviously there is that chance that he could pop up and score a goal, etc. Because he has done it. When he now came in with Burnley. My thing is that there are a lot more valuable players to put in a midfield for his price or less. So if it is that you were to bring in a Burnley players, either you're bringing in Pope or you're bringing in a budget forward to give you more room to play with in the midfield. So that's my perspective. And I think I'm not sure if Jared and those guys talking about it on Fantasy Pavilion, but I think I share the same perspective as them. So I really wasn't too keen. I didn't really look into Kone too much because of that. So
Right.
yeah.
I think it's just right now, like in terms of just a replacement there for Jota, is a kind of problem to find a player who, like, I can't really look at that and say, well, I already own Buen is the man I would recommend. I have Olise, which is upon themselves. Saka, all right, but he blanks just now, and Arsenal aren't scoring many goals in the last few games. They scored 2 against City. Then, sorry, 1 against City, and they draw against Burnley. They 1-0 win against Wolves. Zaha, fair enough, decent, but I'm not gonna go double up
People didn't
Crystal
learn yet.
Palace.
People didn't learn
But
the Zaha guy
what
yet.
Yeah,
Oh
that
my
Zaha
goodness.
penalty,
People didn't learn yet.
just of
People
that
didn't
Zaha
learn yet.
penalty, I don't think I could do Zaha. Like, I don't know.
Zaha is a
Jared,
red,
no
Come on.
Zaha. No
Come
Zaha.
on.
We talk
Zaha is
about
a
Forget
red
Zaha.
card
that.
waiting to happen.
Forget that.
When
And
Every
then
single time.
and then against Chelsea, Crystal Palace is going to look horrible because they're going to be missing their main man in midfield, which is
oh
Conor
man, like
Gallagher.
what pros
So
way?
Well, yeah. So I jumped on the pros bandwagon immediately. Either bring him in for
Yeah.
Jota or I bring him in next game week. But with that string of fixtures Southampton have coming up, I bring in Ward Prowse for sure. For sure. A whole or halls bound to come with that string of fixtures and the form that
Yeah,
Southampton
boy.
in right now. Yeah.
I think as well with him, obviously, I think next week I may end up having him and Bruja in the team,
Yeah.
honestly.
Yeah.
That's short.
Yeah.
They have a nice run if I can just pull it out the next 5 for Southampton. That'd be
Everton,
nice.
Norwich, Villa, Watford, Burnley, Leeds. 3, 4, 5.
That's sounding good. That's sounding good. I think Bruja was. That's what pissing off about Bruja is I would still have him if Ralph would have told me the man fit now. I get you points because I had Bruja a while now. So I definitely will probably bring him in. Maybe I don't know who for. We'll see. The escape is changing, but I like the idea of what probably 6.4 million. Another assets. I don't know. Are people talking about maybe not for this week specifically, but for the future as well? Leicester. Obviously, they have a nice little run coming up. So but they have Wolves this week, and then Burnley, Leeds, Arsenal, not too good. Brentford, United, 2 teams this against Palace, Newcastle, Villa. So I mean, Leicester coming into that part of the season where they have some good fixtures. I think obviously they're getting a couple of the players back. Good. I see Pavilion throwing some shade for Vic there, way.
so let's talk about the Wolves assets for this game. Wolves
Right.
playing now. Wolves
They
playing
playing
Arsenal and Leicester.
Yeah,
right?
correct.
Against a Leicester team who have a makeshift defense,
Mm-hmm.
and Rada Jimenez could possibly get some points.
Yeah,
And
we
then
discussed
there's
that way.
Size and Ignori, and even Jose Sa, who I know you want
Yeah.
hands.
I had it. Nah, I had him before. I knew, but
Oh, you don't
yeah.
have Sa anymore.
Nah, well, I cut them out because I
Oh,
wanted
okay.
Ramsdale for that other run there. But yeah, I mean, I have Ait Nuri. I hope he gets the 290s. I think with Marshall coming in, that kind of piss me off. But hopefully he gets the 90s. I think if he was fit, boy, I would have had Pedro Neto for this running, definitely.
Yeah, wouldn't have been a bad
Neto is
option.
a player I really love to watch play football. The threat for Wolves, I don't know if you saw the goals they scored against Spurs last week, but it's two real weird goals, boy. Real kind of tapping,
Yeah,
kind of
actually,
yeah.
a guy who start when he starts is normally get points. Weirdly get points. I should say, is Leandro Dendoncker.
Nah, I
It's
wouldn't say
very
that. I
weird.
think that's more of a bandwagon thing than Donker, guys. That's his first goal for Spurs. For Wolves.
I just put no. As I never said goal, I say he's weirdly get points. It could better be an assist
Nah,
or
dog. That
something.
14 points there he gets is his first return since game week 8. I watched
Yeah,
that
but
there.
you don't normally start. I ain't talking about the season alone. I'm talking
No,
about the season alone.
the man played 390s before that, at 2 minutes, a woman, and
Oh,
90,
shit, oh,
86.
oh,
Dog, I tell you the truth, dog. The man don't
my
really get point.
gosh.
I think that's a
I ain't
bandwagon pick if I
I
say.
ain't talking about this. I ain't talking about this weekend alone. I never seen the one by the man. Right? They say
Alright.
he's weirdly get points season by season. Right?
And okay, at a very weird period at that time.
Yeah.
Is the only
You
thing.
know? He's
Last
weirdly
season
get
he
points.
got so last season he got one goal and 2 assists. Season before he got 4 goals. Season before I got 2 goals. So I mean, yeah, really am I reading that correctly? Yeah.
I
So
think
that's
I
his
think
first goal this season.
I think all in all
Mm.
the Leicester Wolves game will be interesting tactically wise
Mm-hmm.
again. And
Yeah, I agree.
I mean the assets for Wolves is clear by day, right? In the order of
Defense.
priority, Sa, Cody, Jimenez. Full stop.
Yeah. Agreed.
Right?
Agreed.
And what about Roman size?
So I had so initially in the beginning of this FPL season, I doubled up on Cody and Size. I think that
Mm-hmm.
Cody has been a lot more disciplined than Size when it comes to getting cards. I thought that by having Size, he would have been a bit more threatening in terms of set pieces. I don't think
Yeah.
Wolves have scored much via set pieces.
Well, doesn't score much in
So
general.
well, right,
Yeah.
so I decided to take him out, but I prefer Cody because of the price point
And
and the
Cody is the
man.
most is the nailed man. That's he's the
Yeah,
captain.
Mm-hmm.
he's nailed,
Mm-hmm.
consistent. I mean, Kilman doing. I
Yeah, he's
saw
doing really
a little
well.
bit of
I had
Kilman.
Killman last season when he got the 12 pointer on my bench.
Hmm.
So yeah.
Kilman has been
Yeah.
really really good as well.
Yeah,
But
definitely.
Cody and Sa, yeah, Cody
I think
Sa,
thing is
Jimenez.
for me, I watched Nuri play some ball boy, and I think that an attacking return is around the corner for him. Boy. That's the thing with it. Like
Yeah,
he got
he's
two
good.
assists against Southampton, I remember that's um
Hmm.
he's a very two-way player. He's very good defensively when I watched him too. So
My question: would he start both games or would he play both
that's my
games?
concern. That's my concern. I thought
That's
he had fully ousted Marshall for that starting spot now.
mm-hmm.
Marshall, obviously, I think he had a little rib injury, but
Right.
again, I think Nuri did a really good job from what I
Mm-hmm.
saw against Spurs. So
Yeah,
maybe
real
they'll give a reward
composure.
him. Yeah,
Yeah,
he's
real
a good
composure.
player.
He's a really
So
good
he's
player.
definitely starting for me this season. If I get any one clean sheet and a 2 pointer, he talking about the dunker there.
Okay.
Go on, yeah. But yeah, Wolves. Jimenez. I think one of the important things for them, he always in position. He like to take the
Mm-hmm.
responsibility on his shoulders and crack a shot, and obviously he's on pens too.
Mm-hmm.
So the problem is that's kind of scary is like the Wolves have no kind of creativity.
Yeah,
In that side right now,
and
especially with
and
Adama left, nobody crossed any ball. So
and Moutinho out.
yeah, Martinez is
Yeah.
out.
I mean, we'll see. Yeah, we'll see how it goes. It'll be interesting.
Yeah, I
It
do
will be.
think
It
they'll
will
probably
be.
keep 2 clean sheets. Not good again. I think they
Yeah.
could keep 2 clean sheets.
It's possible. It's possible. It's
Well, I
Yeah.
possible.
want to talk about forwards in general, though. Forwards in general, like, what are your thoughts on the forwards in general?
Forward in
Real
general right
personally.
I
now, yeah, you know what to do.
is a hopeful
Forward in
scene with the
general right
forwards.
now,
Eh.
yeah, yeah. It's
You think Ronaldo gonna hold against again in the next two fixtures, Leeds and Watford. You think you're gonna hold?
I ain't running money, man, too expensive for that. I'm
Yeah.
sorry.
Yeah, too
Sorry.
expensive. Yeah.
I think.
That's to you. That's to you. I can't
A
tell thing
little,
about
a little,
Ronaldo.
a
You know.
little, a little bad run of form, and everybody just want to fight on the good. All
Well,
I
right, no
can't tell
problem.
thing about
The
Ronaldo.
good,
You know.
the good.
Michael.
I know. Messi missed a penalty this week, but I see you talk about the good. So
Good thing this FPL we talking about, but anyhow,
Yes.
the
yeah.
good, or the good to FPL. Well, Salah coming
Michael.
back this week for triple captain.
Michael. Nobody in fighting on Ronaldo. No. At the end
No,
of
I
the day.
never say no. Listen to what I'm saying. I never say anybody else fighting him down.
Mm-hmm.
But Kwana, just to respond to your question, I do think that he can hold. I would admit that
Yeah.
his run of
I didn't ask a question. Eh?
I admit I admit that his run of form has been
Mm-hmm.
shaky
Mm-hmm.
currently.
Shaky, terrible is a better way to put it.
Johan,
Yeah.
you're a hater. This conversation
No, I'm
happens
not
with
a
you.
hater. Dog.
So yeah,
What about dog?
Yeah.
No,
but
counter
Who's
to
this
the
guy
argument.
here? Who's this guy
Keep
here?
it turn up real quick, eh?
Yo,
Keep
yo.
it turn up real quick, eh?
the thing about it is that
Who's this guy here?
I said this earlier on in the season. No, we ignoring that person because I madness. So um right, that talk about Salah and Blancas 2 games is madness. So yeah, I watch him long enough to know you don't pay attention to these periods and make a
Mm-hmm.
judgment based on these
Mm-hmm.
periods at all.
Mm-hmm.
I have seen him score goals, and I think it's Kwana told us earlier on, I see him score goals playing mess. So he in my
It's
team when he
true.
coming,
It's true.
he in my team when he coming out, you know. But I just wouldn't fight him down
No, I
for
would
a
definitely
four and
wouldn't
a
fight, but
four.
I wouldn't
No,
be targeting him.
we're
That's
not
what I
fighting
say.
him
Yeah.
long. We're just not bigging him up from a FPL
Yeah.
perspective.
If I wanted to
Well,
target that premium forward again, I say
no,
I
it's
have
the
Kane.
way. Mm-hmm.
And even though Kane is in worse form than Ronaldo, he has the double fixture, and I think he probably will get something.
And that's the
I
deciding factor, I think, this game week. The fact that a lot of
Yeah.
other strikers have 2 games and, might have better chances of scoring goals.
Mm-hmm.
Fine. But
I
don't talk about the
have.
price too expensive and and all that kind of talk. But yeah.
Well, when you look at his FPL price point and his returns, they are a lot better. They have been a lot better bargains
And
available.
this is why sometimes I just think people are a bit biased when it comes to
Mhm.
FPL because I think it's last season, Salah went 12 or 13 game weeks at
Mm-hmm.
12 point something, and everybody kept him
Right.
failing week in and week out,
Mm-hmm.
and there wasn't this conversation. So
Mm-hmm.
that's what I'm saying. We can't really be like, well, his price is this because I've seen people keep players who
Mm-hmm.
were at a similar price point for an
Right.
extended
Yeah.
period of time failing.
Yes,
So,
but Timmy,
you understand?
Salah is the FPL goat. Ronaldo now come back, right? And he playing in a
Salah
horrible,
break the record
and he playing
Different.
in a horrible Manchester United team. If
I
See,
think that's the deciding
mm,
factor. You see, last
yeah,
year people thought Liverpool had to get back on the wagon at some point. It just never happened until later on in the season. Then Salah get back points now. When we were really faced, when people started come back and whatever, Thiago get back in form. But Ronaldo, I mean, in terms of United, like United looking really
yeah.
weird at times.
If Cristiano had to go to Man City, then we could have this conversation.
Yeah, when he get rotated for Gabriel Jesus and Phil Foden in the first line, I wonder what's going on. But yeah, I mean, in terms of like strikers, right now my number one target is Bruja again.
Mm-hmm.
And I will definitely be bringing him in sooner rather than later.
Yes.
He's
Yeah, well,
right now. If you look at these striker points, it's really funny because
Mm-hmm.
Antonio is still on top after doing nothing since game week 3.
Mm-hmm.
He hasn't had a return since game week 21, as he
Mm-hmm.
got 1 goal, and he's still on top. Dennis is, if we know we really joke about stats against grass for Dennis,
Mm-hmm.
and the stats finally catch up with him.
mhm,
Mopai is a man returning recently, but I am never
yeah.
going back by Mopai because he break my heart already. One other striker, I really like. I'll big up. Well, obviously, while Jared here, we had to talk about big up Joseph
Pookie?
there. We had to
Pookie?
big up Pookie one time though. Big up Pookie one time. This is the run right now for him, and he's
Timmy
currently
Pookie?
six. He's currently six
Mm-hmm.
in the striker list. But I feel this man time coming now is San Maximin. But that the man I wanted to kind of talk about. I think San Maximin might carry the side on his back to keep them up. So you gotta watch out for that. I think coming in, I might end up looking to see if I can shift him in my side somewhere.
I find Sir
Um,
Maximin real frustrating to watch.
to watch.
Yeah,
So
he is
what you
very
say?
I mean,
frustrating.
Nah, I can't give it
Very
away.
confusing.
That man,
From an
I
FPL
think I
perspective,
think
you want
Saint
to know why?
Maxim. Okay, yeah, because his teammates are trash. That's so good,
I
isn't
wouldn't say that. I
it?
think I had a discussion with Carmichael a good while back. If this
Mm.
guy only knows
When
just
to
a
let go the
tad bit
ball.
more when to release the ball and to run a bit more off the ball, he would be a FPL gem. He
Bro, if I
wants to
had to
do
let go the ball
everything.
to Matty Longstaff, I wasn't letting the ball go either. You know?
He wants to
Correct,
do
correct.
everything, and that's why I hate Zaha. Zaha wants to do everything,
Is
and
that how?
Maximan wants to do everything, and that's why I don't want to bring him in my team because Maximan not good and really holding on. He might get a little returns here and there. He might get a little assists for drawing
That's
fouls
all
or
I need,
whatever.
dog. The man is what
I I,
6.9.
I know.
That's all I need.
Well, 6.9 is a all right mid range price point.
You he's saying all this now, but when Bruno Boss touch the field and
That's true.
he telling Sir Maximan run, and
Well,
it's goal. You
Bruno
know that
Boss
different
hasn't
story.
Bruno Boss hasn't touched the field as yet. So
He played twice. He came off the bench twice.
Yeah,
One thing that
he
concerns me with
started.
them, though, I think Trippier injury. I want to see the extent of that. I think Mankio
Mm.
injured too, so that's a big problem for them.
Yeah,
ooh,
both of them mentioned. Yeah.
Yeah, so it's two right backs
So they'll
there.
have to
They
pick
have
Kraft
injured.
and Dummett.
so
Mac
who
and
run
cheese, boss way.
Kraft and
who run
Dummett.
in left wing for Newcastle?
Dummett.
Dumb it,
They'll
yeah,
play
dumb it.
Dummett and Kraft
That
right
that
back.
garbage player.
No, but Coutinho playing on the left and coming in right.
Yeah,
You are correct.
always.
Okay,
You are
cool.
correct.
I just see Buffon confirm his transfer there. Um, but yeah, I mean, bro, is the man, dog? That is the man.
Yeah, I think with the forwards is quite a gamble, and I think
hmm
this part of the season is the time to gamble on the different type of forwards if it's Leicester or Norwich or Burnley because
What about
low
Chris
price
Wood?
point. Um,
Who?
Chris Wood.
Who?
Hmm.
To be honest, this
When you buy
guy,
the man, I will know. I'll see. Yeah.
this guy backup striker, but he's injured right now.
who?
Pookie's backup striker has been
Yeah.
returning.
Oh,
Yeah,
either.
he's been returning when he's playing. You know.
Yeah,
The
but
last the last three
I
games
am not
he got
buying a Norwich player.
I wouldn't touch him. But the last three games
I
he got
He's also
he got
injured
two
right now.
returns.
Huh?
Yeah, he is injured. But
Yeah.
the last three games Everton Watford Palace he got 5-5-9,
You think
which is not
Watkins
too
gonna
bad.
bench?
I don't know.
I don't think so. No.
A lot of the
What
fans of West Ham calling, not West Ham, sorry, for Villa calling for him to get benched. So
but
Mhm.
he is very integral to how Villa play because of his runs and whatnot. He
you can
creates
see
space.
Gerard is a man now. I'm gonna ship some players this summer and
Sergeant
bring
and
in
Pookie.
some more. Yeah, Sargent got his 2 goals. He's currently
On
he
two.
have more goals this year than Ronaldo. Sorry to me, but yeah.
You
Do
could
you
You
think
swear
know that
we
guy.
you could swear we in August, but let me continue.
do
Yeah,
you,
I'm telling you what's going on, dog.
do you think that Ismail Assar will have a positive impact on King and Dennis Returns' ability to get
I ain't
returns?
touching them because like
Correct.
Roy Hodgson is just the whiz. So I don't know what this man wanna play. I don't know what this man wanna do. I good. I real good.
Hmm.
That is why
I yeah.
the Dinier team sheet is coming.
Okay.
Hmm.
How about Che Adams?
Yeah, Che Adams, yeah. I had him last season. This season, he's currently the same amount of points as Bro actually. So
Hmm.
he had a real good finish against United. I
Money.
feel so that will. And in a bit of form, I definitely would say as a nice little punt. While everybody focusing on Brewer. If I was free next week, I might end up
Hmm.
going Prosy, Brewer, and Adams just for the kicks. And see what's going on there. I like that
Okay.
one actually. Yeah.
And Richarlison.
So Richarlison is one I would have to take a look at. Obviously, he's playing as the number 9 no. But Lampard and Everton, I don't trust that. I again like it's just a matter of trust. But he's a troll too, with Richarlison. That man has come up with points at the worst possible times, and then when you need him to hold, it's just like nothing.
Mm.
So yeah, got 5 points against Leeds. Definitely, again, the thing is with him, he's a 7.5 million striker, so that's a lot of money now. For me right now, just because of how the game is, I feel like it's just to go 6.7 and under, and then
Check it again.
rotate them in.
Yeah, 1 6 million and 2 5.5.
Yeah. I would just say that
Legit,
Vic.
no, after what?
I
Yeah,
don't
I
think
don't
if
think
he
so.
Neil, I don't think he might be Neil. Where from what I see in the reaction on Twitter, is a lot of people want things to play, but for now, I think he's Neil. We'll see.
Mm.
That's a whole scene in
Yeah.
itself.
So with this double game week, you already think everybody gonna triple captain Salah?
I
I
think
don't
that
think
my I
so.
think his ownership gonna be high, but I don't think everybody will triple captain him. I just think like right now it makes sense. I can't really think of a better run of fixtures, but in terms of
Mm-hmm.
minutes, I do think he might end up facing some maybe a little bit of a mover, which is why the bench boost to me is something I'm thinking about. Just captain Salah, hope for the best now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because captain Salah for sure there, you know.
Mm. Hmm.
Could always find an next later triple captain. There's always have double gimmicks later on. I might find a nice little
True.
occasion. I've
Mm-hmm.
actually never triple captain Salah, weirdly enough. So yeah,
Well, most likely I might bench boost this week
yeah. I feel like that's a good shout, but I have a
because
whole day to think about it.
I want to think
Right.
my whole bench is double game week players. The whole bench.
Yeah, that's good, man.
So I don't know.
I think my bench. The thing is, my bench is I had to sell Laporte or something, though. If I do
Mm.
know, Laporte of Everton, United, Palace, Brighton. Nah, but I can't justify that. Them will keep some clean sheets there. After that, but I mean, if I bench boost, I'll probably sell Gelhardt for Bruja and Jota and Fernandez. So I'll bring in a double gimmick man for Jota, and I'll have Fernandez. So that'll be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5,
There was this
6, 7, 8,
guy I
9,
was
10.
following on Twitter. Can't remember his name. Is FPL Focal? Is his man name right?
Yeah, he was number one. You will briefly, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
FPL Focal. He had a
hmm
list of the teams that have potential doubles.
Yes, I did see that, you know. Posted
Arsenal
yesterday, I
have
think.
Arsenal have they have pending. They have Spurs, Chelsea, Liverpool, Villa have Burnley and Leeds. Brighton have
Yeah,
Tottenham. Burnley have Villa and Everton. Chelsea have Arsenal and Leicester. Everton have Burnley, Castle, and Leicester. Leeds have Villa. Leicester have Norwich, Everton, and Chelsea.
that's an
Cas-
exciting one, actually.
hmm Castle have
Mm.
Everton and Southampton. Norwich, Southampton, Watford, and Wolves have one game to be rescheduled as well.
hmm
So it's just something to think about in terms of like if you're wild card and if you whatever transfers you're
Yeah,
bringing
be
in.
heavy on them. I think
Yeah,
Leicester's a team I would start to focus on now in terms of if I was wildcarding.
yeah.
Um, so and obviously I think Southampton too. I
Mm-hmm.
just feel like Hasenhuttl league getting together, you make a push there. So yeah, it's gonna be confusing. I don't think everything is as clear cut as it seems to be.
Never clear cut.
As you think?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because people always coming out, like
If Salah
we'll see.
bland, if Salah get benched for the
The thing is with Salah, Salah is a man since he signed for us, he coming off the bench and scoring goals.
fair enough. It doesn't really
So
matter.
yeah,
Yeah. Okay, cool.
I don't really consider the man like if he come off the bench, I will expect him to get a goal. That's just the kind of player he is.
So everybody captain in Salah this week.
Yeah, that'd be foolish not to.
Yeah, correct.
From the perspective of ownership too. I think Ogoko tell me you're not captain anymore. Nah?
I'm not saying that, brother.
I
I
clear
triple
truth like I
captain
said
him,
to
man.
say. Okay,
You
okay,
I
triple
okay,
triple
okay.
captain him.
captain him, man.
So you're using our chip.
Yeah, Chapala go this week.
Chip
Our
on a
chip
go,
out of
yeah.
this week.
I chip on a
Yeah,
go,
Chapala
and
go. It's like NBA though. I chip going this week.
my, and my
Okay.
bench boosting looking that nice, so I chip all I use.
Boy,
So
pressure
what about captain and Trent?
Trent. Um, I don't know.
That's what I thought you was going to do, to be honest.
I never triple captain Trent. I captain Trent already. I never triple captain. I don't know. I feel like again, strangely enough, I don't know. I have a slight people talking about him getting benched for Gomez in our game. So I don't know. Probably Norwich game because Gomez has been a little, obviously not lucky with injuries and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
trying to get him in. Trent is look a bit tired. He didn't have the
Mm-hmm.
greatest game against Inter, but he still managed to get a little goal involved, a
Mm-hmm.
pre-assist if you want to call it that.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I mean this week he and Salah as the standouts for me in terms of captaincy. Um, Otherwise, I'm not really too sure. Like another person he could captain is probably Aaron Ramsdale. honestly.
I think
Or even Jose Sa.
those two keepers, San Ramsdale, one of them I didn't find a nice little 15 points and a little 20 points, you know.
Yeah, it's true. And knowing me is probably gonna be Sa because I won Ramsey. So that's just how it is. But yeah, I mean, I really do think I feel comfortable having a defender from both teams in my side.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
I know FPL Pavilion they're gonna be holding me probably the 30 pointer. This is the season he's having, big of him.
Yeah, but
Whoever getting he have him for sure. Yeah,
it's
so
enough for being your whole.
yeah, dog. No, I think it's way like that's something I might have considered doing if I wasn't going on Robo now. But Robo again some points recently. So
Hmm.
yeah, got assist in the Champions League this week too.
Yeah, he did. He
Hmm
did. He did.
Cause I didn't see that because Tech playing up, but I was real. We supposed to stream yesterday,
uh,
you know. What time the power came back by earlier?
I came back by me half 11.
Yeah, nobody seen time for me. You know, when power going, I just end up sleeping earlier.
Half 12 it came.
Half 12? Jeez, boy. I think it's in me too. I was if power didn't come back, I had to go in the office, you know. So I was real coasting because I mean that changed. That's true. I was asleep I losing based on whenever that power coming back. Uh, but yeah, I mean, hopefully, you know, them kind of thing don't happen right before deadline. Because if that happen, the better believe I'm going to buy a satellite phone and fix my FPL. You know, I don't understand. Like,
Fellas, I had to say good idea. I have some duties to go and handle.
yes,
Alright,
doctor. All the best for the game
alright,
week.
bro.
Yeah, man.
Alright, bro.
All right, take
All
care.
the
Right, man.
best.
Thanks, man.
Green arrows.
Yeah.
Yeah, move
Green
on.
arrows.
Later.
If anybody in the chat have any more questions to ask before we wrap this up.
Yeah, we know Vic have the whole of questions to ask. He had one much earlier that we still would
I
have
answered that
still like get
about
to.
it's about De Bruyne, and I said that what I remember I say wait. So De Bruyne he said he had to make the move before KDB
Yeah.
dropped. KDB did indeed drop, so
hmm
I don't know if he made that move. Um, yeah, I mean I don't know. Spurs, I feel like game will finish with both sides scoring.
You know what? Nobody talk about Son.
Yeah, strangely enough, but I mean
Yeah.
consensus Son is a really good asset this week. I think.
Yeah, I like I would always like Son more than Kane at the moment because
Yeah.
if it's anything, Son will give it them points because I find no matter who's the coach, he consistent now, you know, unlike Kane who just day.
Kane
So
who day on pens.
Anyhow, continue.
Gredna, Timmy
Tell me like
Roberts,
he vex, boy. Me not going out.
yeah,
No,
boy, boy.
why would you all say such a thing? No, it's not that. It's just your ball about son being consistent regardless of the coach, and we're gonna pretend like we know he doesn't have a mental aspect of Kane's form this season pertaining to the transfer failure and all that
You
kind
know,
of stuff.
it does,
But
it does,
let
it
me
does,
let
because
me move on. No, it's where you say son consistent regardless of which coach, etc., etc. But
yeah,
anyhow,
Mhm.
but Kane came on recently and said he's very happy, right? Because he's playing on our world class coach now. He said it
He
recently.
did say that, yeah.
He did, yeah. He said he's playing on our world class coach now and he's very happy and still no goals. So
we can
Yeah,
say
he scored a
anything.
brace against
that was
Leicester.
in the prem. That was in the prem.
No,
That was in
he's
the
got
prem.
11 points in that game.
That was in the prem.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I mean, you
But
will know because you have the man.
Nah,
we have
that was right before I was signed him.
Oh shucks.
we have
Yeah.
other questions, you want?
I don't think so. You see any chat there?
All right. Nah, I have some stuff to handle too, so that's why I was
All
Yeah,
asking
right.
if you
cool.
have
That's an
a
idea.
question.
We do not speak
All right,
tomorrow, or we're
guys.
gonna order.
Well, once we had the time, we could fit it in.
It's
We
Friday
could
and
fit
a rum
it
had a
in.
drink. Aha! Harrison or James? James is probably the man I would pick out of those two.
Same.
Yeah,
Um,
same.
he's playing the forward now. Something I
Mm-hmm.
actually watching on Wildcard too. I was seeing, and then he ended up scoring a brace, of course. So,
Yeah.
Yeah, what
I
you
would go
must do, right?
James.
You want? Yeah, you must do.
Hmm
When you think of a player and you say nah, send him in my chat one time.
But you don't be
Guys,
playing
this is
FPL.
Ah,
You don't be playing FPL to respond.
No, well, listen, I was away for a month. Right, I am back. Now to
You have
catch up
been
to the
around, man.
ground.
Thing.
Nah, no, go to it, not that bad. But yeah, I had stuff done in the last month, but I'm back. Let me see if I can catch myself quickly.
Nice,
I have some
nice.
ground to
Yeah.
make up.
Coming to catch
Yeah,
me up.
yeah. Yeah, man, like not something laughing at you.
Yeah.
Nuts? Oh, please. Well, anyhow, moving on.
All right, well, since we don't have much more questions, well, we don't have any more questions. We can call it a night, guys.
Yeah, man.
It has been nice. Good luck this game week. Hopefully, you all pick the right players, like myself. All right. Hopefully, I decide who's my fifth midfielder. Let's say this game week after selling Jota. So
Yeah, pressure to the. You can
yeah,
see.
we'll see how
I
it
just
goes.
vexed because people gonna end up selling me, man. When my plan was to do that by myself, and everybody just doing it now. So I just like wait. Gains lost now. But yeah.
Don't be too shocked if you see myself Jota for Paul Pogba. Don't be too shocked.
Pogba,
That's
the
the
XA,
perfect facial response you had. Perfect.
the XA Banton, that man. I was watching the XA stats,
Except
and
Banton, boy.
he's the man. The man XA is 2, and the man have 8 assists. You just greatly overperforming. If he only passed Trent Alcus though.
Yeah, look at Jared there. That's a good shout.
Yeah,
Thanks,
I
Jared.
know. When my neighbors
He's a
have
triple
him.
banter, I realize.
Nah,
No,
dog.
but
Jared is bring all these
Jared
men
is
on this get points.
yeah, and
Serious?
Jared is
Yes,
ranked
with
as
Jared
higher than
have
all of three of
Fabinho.
us.
Yes, I tell you,
Yeah.
Jared like 100k in front of me, dog. I can madness.
Yeah. So, exactly. That's what I'm thinking.
I mean, if you want to know
So
where did Pogba get half of his assists this season?
against Leeds. Exactly.
Last time they played, the man get 4 assists, dog. So,
Exactly. That's what
only
I'm
a laugh,
thinking.
only a laugh, nah.
So
Only
only
a
laugh, that
laugh,
man. Only
man.
laugh.
Only
And
a
then
laugh.
he have Watford next week. Only laugh, man.
Yeah, when they
Only
lose
laugh.
4-2 again.
Anyway,
Yeah,
have a
man.
good game, week, guys. Green
Yeah,
arrows.
fellas, thanks for
And
watching, guys. Next week,
yeah.
hopefully.
And have a good night, guys. Later.
Yeah,
Great
man.
night,
Stay
everyone.
safe. And make sure to charge your portable charger.
Yeah,
Yeah.
just in case you
Make
haven't
sure.
had one of those.
Let's pray that. Let's say we don't have one. Later.
Yeah,
Later,
fellas,
guys.
later.